North Carolina lawmakers just passed a law that would make North Carolina a constitutional carry state. The bill still needs to be signed into law by Democratic Governor Stein. This bill would be a huge step towards restoring Second Amendment rights in North Carolina. But, and you know there's always a but when government is involved, there are a couple of pretty big red flags in this bill that could open the door for abuse. Today, we're going to dig in. Hey everybody, I'm Julie Barrett and I'm the founder of Conservative Ladies of America, and today we're going to take a look at House Bill 5 that passed this year in the North Carolina legislature. It now awaits the governor's signature. It was passed with 2 Republicans voting no, which is pretty unusual. Usually Republicans are pretty consistent on Second Amendment legislation issues. House Bill 5 states that on December 1st, 2025, any person who is a citizen of the United States and is at least 18 years old may carry a concealed handgun in the state unless provided otherwise by law. That's great news. No permit required. Your right to self-defense in North Carolina no longer requires a permission slip from the state. But let's take a few sections of this bill that are a little bit concerning to me and probably something that any freedom-loving American would raise their eyebrows at. Let's take a look at red flag number 1. The alcohol clause should concern us all. It reads, "It shall be unlawful for any person consuming alcohol or at any time while the person has remaining in the person's body any alcohol to carry any gun, rifle, or pistol." That's right. Not drunk, not impaired, just if there is any alcohol in your system. The language of the bill is pretty vague. Would that be just a sip of wine or beer with dinner that was able to be picked up by a blood alcohol test? According to this bill, you could be sober, fully functional, and still be breaking the law because you had a little bit of wine with your dinner. This kind of vague zero tolerance language in the bill is very concerning. It creates a legal gray area and could be selectively enforced. We get really concerned about language like this because it doesn't really appear to be about safety, but it appears to be an angle where the government can assert control over a citizen's Second Amendment rights. Let's take a look at red flag number 2. This is another really concerning part. The bill says you can't carry a concealed handgun if you are currently or have been previously adjudicated by a court to be lacking mental capacity or mentally ill. It does add a caveat: receipt of previous consultative service or outpatient treatment alone does not disqualify any citizen under this subdivision. But who defines adjudicated? And how do we know if outpatient services won't at some point down the road will be used to disarm citizens? That's something that we really like to look at when we're looking through legislation, is how could this language, how could this law potentially be used in the future? How could it be expanded upon that would potentially disarm citizens or infringe upon their constitutional rights? Mental health is a serious but vague issue. We see a huge push for mental health. You'll see it in the schools. You'll see it in the workplace. There is a huge push to get citizens to partake in mental health services. So in kind of a conspiracy theory mentality here, you kind of want to weigh the two of those. Why is the government pushing mental health on us? And then they're also writing it into a Second Amendment piece of legislation. We've already seen how veterans and trauma survivors have been stripped of their Second Amendment rights through bureaucratic decisions. And the language in this bill leaves the door wide open for abuse. So while I think this is a great bill, a great step forward to restoring the Second Amendment rights of people in North Carolina, I'm very concerned about these red flags. What do you think about these particular clauses that I've mentioned in this video? Do you think banning carry of a firearm for any alcohol consumption goes too far? Are the mental health standards too vague, or do you see these as reasonable safeguards? I have got a link to the bill in the description of this video, so you can go check it out and read through it for yourself. I'd be really curious curious about your thoughts on this bill. There are aspects of the bill that I absolutely support, but as I've mentioned, there are a number of key elements in this bill that caused me great concern, and in the wrong hands, I think they are ripe for abuse. But I'd love to hear what you think. Is this a good bill? Is this a sort of good bill, or should this bill be opposed? Now, the next step for this bill is to be signed by Governor Stein of North Carolina, who is a Democrat and probably wouldn't be in support of Second Amendment legislation. So it's possible that this bill will be vetoed by the governor. But leave me your thoughts in the comments. Would love to hear from you. Please do share this video with your constitutional freedom loving American friends. Please be sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up, as that does help the YouTube algorithm. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.